Welcome back to English from A to Z, English in real life. Today, we're going to talk about something that might sound, well, a little crazy. We're going to explore how your laziness, your desire to do less, might just be the secret superpower you need to finally get good at English.
So, let me ask you something. Does this sound like you? You have this big dream of speaking English fluently, but man, the thought of spending hours and hours studying just makes you feel tired. If you're not in your head right now, then you are in exactly the right place. This one is for you.
Okay, to really get this, let me tell you a quick story. Let's meet Kenji. He's from Japan, and he has this amazing dream. He wants to see the world, meet people from all over, and really connect with them. But he knew to make that happen, he needed one crucial tool: English.
So Kenji did what we all think we're supposed to do, right? He went out and bought these huge, heavy grammar books. He tried to cram these endless lists of vocabulary into his head. And every single night, after a long day at work, he'd force himself to study for hours. Sound familiar? It was just exhausting. And honestly, super boring.
And after just a week of this, Kenji felt like a complete failure. The words weren't sticking, the grammar rules were all jumbled up, and he was just totally burned out. He hit that wall that so many of us hit and started thinking, maybe I'm just too lazy for this, or maybe I'm just not smart enough. He was so close to just giving up. But then, this really important thought popped into his head. What if the problem wasn't him? What if his feeling of laziness wasn't some kind of character flaw, but actually a signal that his method was all wrong? And that was the big aha moment. He realized there are two ways to do this. There's the old way, hard work, boring books, and it all feels like a chore you have to do. And then there's the smart and lazy way, finding clever shortcuts, doing fun things that you actually enjoy, and making it fit into your real life. The problem was never Kenji, it was the strategy he was using. So Kenji came up with a brand new system, a super simple method designed for people who are busy, maybe feel a little lazy, but are definitely smart. Let's dive into the 3 simple rules he created that honestly changed everything for him.
Here they are. So simple. The 5-minute rule, the 1-sentence rule, and the smartphone rule. They sound almost too easy, don't they? Well, that's the whole point. Let's take a look at each one. First up, the 5-minute rule. This is genius. Kenji stopped trying to block out a whole hour for studying. The pressure was just way too high. Instead, he made a new promise to himself. Just 5 minutes a day. That's it. Maybe he'd watch one short YouTube video in English or listen to one song. The goal wasn't to become a master overnight, it was just to touch English every single day. Come on, anyone can find 5 minutes.
All right, next is rule number 2, the 1-sentence rule. He completely stopped trying to memorize random words. Instead, his new goal was to learn one super useful sentence every day. And a sentence like this one, "Could you speak a little slower, please?" This is what I like to call a magic key.
So why is this so powerful? Well, think about it. A sentence like that lets you control a real conversation, even when you don't know a lot of words. Here's another great one. What do you call this in English? Bam! Just like that, you've turned every single person you meet into a potential teacher. This is so much more useful than knowing 3,000 random words that you can't even string together.
Okay, on to the 3rd rule. Now this might just be the laziest and the most brilliant of them all. It's all about using that one tool you already have in your pocket 24/7, your smartphone. So here's what Kenji did. He did one tiny thing. He went into his phone and changed the system language from Japanese to English. Yeah, at first it was a little confusing, but because he was on his phone all the time anyway, he just naturally started to learn words like settings, message, and compose just by seeing them again and again and again. This is total immersion learning, with literally 0 extra effort.
So Kenji stuck with these 3 simple rules. It didn't feel like work, it didn't feel like studying, it was just a small part of his day. And after just a few months of these tiny daily habits, the payoff came. And it was huge.
So one day, he's walking around and he sees a tourist from Canada who looks completely lost. The old Kenji would have been too scared to say anything. But this time, he walked up and used his simple sentences to help. When she started speaking really fast, he pulled out his magic key. "Could you speak a little slower, please?" And it worked. He actually helped her find her way. He had a real, actual conversation. Suddenly, his big dream felt totally possible.
Now, Kenji's 3 rules are fantastic, but they all work because they're built on top of one incredibly powerful fundamental idea. This is the ultimate learning secret that makes the whole thing click.
So what is it? What's the real engine behind all of this? What's the one secret that makes these so-called lazy methods so ridiculously effective?
The secret is this: consistency over intensity. I'm going to say that one more time because it's so important. Consistency over intensity. See, our brains don't actually learn best from these long, painful, intense study sessions. They learn by building and strengthening connections through small, repeated actions, day after day after day.
Think of it like going to the gym. What's better, working out for 5 minutes every single day, or trying to lift weights for 2 hours straight just once a week? You know the answer. Those small, daily interactions with English are what build real, strong, lasting fluency, not the one-time cram session. So that feeling you call laziness, it's not your enemy. It's actually your guide. It's your brain telling you to stop doing the hard, inefficient thing that doesn't work. It's trying to point you toward a smarter, easier, and much more effective path. And that's the real takeaway here. Finding the most efficient path to get the best result with the least amount of wasted energy, that's not lazy, that is just plain smart. Kenji's story proves that this works. And now, it's your turn. Your journey to speaking English with confidence doesn't have to start with some scary 1,000-page textbook. It can start right now, with one tiny, easy step. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Forget about studying for an hour later. Just, what about right now? What will your 5 minutes be today? Are you going to listen to one song in English? Are you going to change your phone's language setting? Are you going to learn one new useful sentence? Your journey starts now. What's it going to be?